Okay, Peter 1, Peter 2.
Peter 2.
Peter 3.
Peter 3.
All right, let's do this. Ready?
Wait. I love you guys.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 highest grossing films of the century so far.
Bring me Thanos!
For this list, we'll be looking at the movies that have ruled the box office worldwide in the 21st century by bringing in the big bucks. Since we'll be talking about plot points from these high-earning films, beware of major spoilers ahead. Which of these do you think really deserve those hard-earned dollars? Are there any you wish you hadn't paid to see? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Furious 7, $1.516 billion. The Fast and Furious franchise has been improving its box office numbers ever since the fourth entry, but it was with Furious 7 that the heist racing series hit its peak.
You ever heard the saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
I don't have friends. I got family.
Fueled by solid reviews and sentiment surrounding Paul Walker's passing, the movie opened to a massive response at the box office. Dominic Toretto and his crew's worldwide popularity was clear as Furious 7 became the highest grossing film ever in China.
Thing about street fights, the street always wins.
While the movie did great numbers in the domestic market, it hauled in over $1 billion from international releases. This brought Furious 7 to a worldwide total of $1.516 billion.
You'll always be with me. And you'll always be my brother.
Number 9. The Avengers, $1.519 billion.
There is no version of this where you come out on top. Maybe your army comes, and maybe it's too much for us, but it's all on you. Because if we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn well sure we'll avenge it.
Superhero crossovers might be the norm today, but audiences were hyped big time back in 2012. The chance to see heroes like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Hulk team up was too good for movie fans to resist. The Avengers recorded the greatest opening weekend in US box office history at the time with $207 million. An impressive 91% Rotten Tomatoes score further encouraged viewers to watch a superhero film of the highest quality.
You got the lightning. Light the bastards up. You and me, we stay here on the ground. We keep the fighting here. And Hulk. Smash.
The Avengers continued its strong run throughout its theatrical release, finishing as the third highest grossing film ever released at the time. Its $1.519 billion figure established the MCU as a powerhouse franchise, also ensuring the Avengers brand name would have guaranteed success with its sequels.
I don't think you understand what you've started. Letting the Avengers loose on this world. They're dangerous.
They surely are. And the whole world knows it.
Number 8. The Lion King, $1.663 billion. Never underestimate the power of nostalgia. The Lion King didn't receive the best reviews, but that didn't wane interest in the slightest.
It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
The photorealistic animation remake made an even bigger mark at the box office than the 1994 original. Fans knew what to expect from the story and filled theaters to watch Simba grow from a cub into the King of Pride Rock.
You're alive? How can that be?
I'm here, Mother. I'm home.
Strong support from viewers enabled the movie to become both the highest-grossing musical and animated movie of all time. The Lion King performed strongly in the domestic and international markets to reach a gross of $1.663 billion.
I don't know how to be like you.
As king, I was most proud of one thing: having you as my son.
Number 7. Jurassic World, $1.672 billion.
Jurassic World exists to remind us how very small we are, how new. You can't put a price on that. Now please, we are flying.
After well over a decade since Jurassic Park 3's release, fans were prepared for more dino thriller fun in 2015. Jurassic World is larger in scale than the original, as an entire island filled with people is threatened by the Indominus Rex.
But you didn't ask for reality, you asked for more teeth.
I never asked for a monster.
Monster is a relative term. To a canary, a cat is a monster. We're just used to being the cat.
The pre-release anticipation paid off for the film, marking the largest opening weekend ever at the time of its release, with a $524 million gross. Jurassic World even hit $1 billion in just 14 days, the fastest any film had ever done so. With over $650 million from the domestic market and $1 billion overseas, the Dino sequel chomped its way to a mammoth gross of $1.672 billion by the end of its theatrical run.
You made a genetic hybrid, raised it in captivity. She is seeing all of this for the first time. She does not even know what she is. She will kill everything that moves.
Impressively, both of its sequels also managed to reach the $1 billion mark. Number 6. Spider-Man No Way Home, $1.916 billion.
And it was perfect. But now everybody knows, and I am the most famous person in the entire world.
What happens when you bring together Spider-Man, who represent 3 generations of the wall crawler's on-screen legacy? You get a bona fide blockbuster on your hands. Spider-Man No Way Home is the ultimate fan service movie, building out the arcs of its 3 leads and their respective villains. Although marketing played coy over Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's involvements, audience expectations set pre-sale ticket records. No Way Home debuted to a $260 million opening weekend.
There are an infinite number of people who know Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And if that spell gets loose, they're all coming here.
Look, I know, I get it, but we can't just send them home to die.
It's their fate.
It went on to become the first billion-dollar film since COVID-19 impacted the box office, reaching all the way to a tally of $1.916 billion. It may not have breached the $2 billion mark, but No Way Home became Sony's greatest success, as well as the highest-grossing non-Avengers film in the MCU.
It's what we do. Yeah, it's what we do. Right, I gotta find Ned and MJ. Thank you.
Number 5. Avengers Infinity War, $2.48 billion.
Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
The arrival of Thanos to battle Earth's mightiest heroes carried fever-pitch excitement around the world. Avengers Infinity War promised a who's who of superheroes, and viewers obliged by lifting the film to an over $2 billion haul. The story of Thanos' quest for the Infinity Stones was a blockbuster on arrival, opening to a $640 million at the box office.
When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you.
Avengers Infinity War was also the fastest film to reach the billion-dollar figure, which it did in 11 days, only broken by its sequel. The movie went on to become the 4th film to pass the $2 billion mark, making it the first MCU release to get there.
What did it cost?
Everything.
Number 4. Star Wars Episode 7: The Force Awakens, $2.69 billion.
Chewie. We're home.
Although the prequel trilogy kept Star Wars fans busy for a while, The Force Awakens was the continuation of the story last seen in 1983's Return of the Jedi. With newcomer Rey at the helm, and the return of previous protagonists Luke Skywalker, Leia, and Han Solo, fans had a lot to look forward to.
Han Solo! It is I, C-3PO. You probably don't recognize me because of the red arm. Look who it is! Did you see who...
The 32-year wait resulted in the highest-grossing opening at the time, with a weekend gross of $529 million. The Star Wars effect was in full swing in the US market, where it amassed a huge final gross of $936.7 million. This, combined with over $1.1 billion in business from overseas markets, led to a $2.69 billion global haul for the space opera.
The power of the darkness. And I will let nothing stand in our way. Show me. Grandfather.
Number 3. Avatar: The Way of Water, $2.244 billion.
Just breathe. Breathe.
Any sequel to Avatar was always going to be a hit, but The Way of Water managed to reach similar heights to its record-breaking predecessor. The second film is even more visually striking, as director James Cameron takes viewers to the water tribe of the Na'vi.
Treat them as our brothers and sisters. Teach them our ways. Keep up for us, boy!
The Way of the Water made over $441 million in its first weekend and held on to the top spots for weeks to become the top-grossing film of 2022, solidifying Avatar as a must-see franchise.
Outcasts, that's all they see.
I see.
Its gross of $2.244 billion made James Cameron the only director to have 3 films among the top 10 highest-grossing movies of all time, including 1997's Titanic. Number 2. Avengers Endgame, $2.798 billion.
Avengers!
Assemble.
The culmination of the MCU's 22-film story arc arrived in the form of Avengers Endgame. The protagonists take on Thanos in the climactic Battle of Earth, bringing every major hero back in a fight for the ages. There's never been as much fanfare for a film's release as there was for this one.
I don't know how you're gonna get it through all that.
Don't worry.
She's got help.
We don't need to look further than the opening weekend to appreciate this, since Avengers Endgame opened to a mind-boggling $1.2 billion gross. It made over $1.9 billion in international markets, as the movie ran wild at the box office. Endgame went on to become the fastest movie to gross $2 billion, and briefly held the top spot for the highest-earning film ever.
Everything's gonna work out exactly the way it's supposed to. I love you 3,000.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Avatar, $2.923 billion.
And we will show the Sky people that they cannot take whatever they want. And that this is our land.
Not many pegged Avatar to be a success due to its $237 million budget, but James Cameron's groundbreaking technical achievements made it a must-watch. The world of Pandora comes alive in this sci-fi epic, which follows the love story between human Jake Sully and Na'vi princess Neytiri.
I see you.
I see you.
Avatar is a feast for the eyes that audiences loved, remaining atop the box office for 11 consecutive weeks worldwide. Its success influenced the industry for years to come, with 3D visuals becoming commonplace. While Endgame replaced it as the highest-grossing film of all time in 2019, Avatar returned to the top spot thanks to a Chinese re-release in 2021. With more than $2 billion from international markets, the movie fell just shy of the $3 billion mark.
I don't want to be late for my own party.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.